There are two kinds of law-abiding citizens. The Democrat version of a law-abiding citizen and what the Bill of Rights would consider a law-abiding citizen are totally two different animals. If you like this video, hit the subscribe button. If you're not subscribed, subscribe anyway. What do you mean here's $17.99? Glad you come aboard. Let's crawl down this rat hole a little bit about law-abiding citizens. The Democrat version of a law-abiding citizen is that those citizens obey. Obama made a speech, and there's a certain phrase in there that many of us caught on to. And it goes very simply. Men and women are unable to govern their own affairs. Order and progress can only come to those who surrender their rights to an all-powerful sovereign. It's slavery, by the way. In other words, they have to hold your hand because you're not intelligent enough to govern yourselves. You have to obey and do as you're told. You're a good citizen after that. Now, some of us are in the gun world. We're not law-abiding citizens. I know people are going to argue with this because they're going to say, well, I am law-abiding citizen. I follow laws every time they give me something. Yeah, no. I'll tell you why. They make a law, you hit it. They see that. We'll move the goalposts a little further. All right, so you meet that. We add costs to it. You meet that. They keep moving it. You keep trying to stay up with it. But you're not a law-abiding citizen. When you look at gun control, and look at public safety, which these Democrats shove down our throats all the time, you have to look at it from two different angles here. The first angle is you have to register yourself. Just like a pedophile, a sexual predator has to register himself or herself. We make all these barriers. So when you look at gun control, what is gun control? The principles of gun control, right? The 5 principles of gun control is discrimination, separation, isolation, incarceration or imprisonment, and death. The second part to this, according to the Democrats, is they look at GCE, government controlled environment. In other words, we'll tell you how you are to live, we'll tell you what kind of transportation you need, we'll take care of your financial needs, we'll take care of your children's health, their education, any medicals they'll come up with, or operations that need it. In other words, slavery. We control you. You obey, you're a law-abiding citizen. Two different kinds of law-abiding citizen, huh? So every time when they come up with this nonsense with we need more red flag laws, more background checks, we need to ban semi-automatic firearms, we need to ban magazines, we need to put registrations and waiting periods on ammunition and extend more background checks, all that stuff. Just so you can try to be a law-abiding citizen. But are you a law-abiding citizen? Think about it. When you had to register yourself like a common criminal coming out of prison there, or has got a collar or collar on his ankle there. Your information is open to the public. But are you a law-abiding citizen? In all these states controlled by Democrats, they're constantly making new ideas, new laws, dragging this thing up and down sideways because they won't obey the Supreme Court. Or they play this game with their judges. Well, we don't understand who we're doing, whatever it may be. They're doing all they can to discriminate you. And I use the word discriminate. You. From the right to own a firearm. Discriminate you from the Bill of Rights. By pressuring you. Pressuring me. Pressuring everybody. So you want to carry a firearm to protect yourself and your families, or anyone, or yourself, whatever it may be, right? Okay? They make more laws against you. Sensitive places. What's a sensitive place? That's being argued all the time. They come up with new ideas. Now the new thing is post-Civil War. Post-Civil War was at the time that after the Civil War, black Americans were now considered American citizens. 13th, 14th, 15th Amendment, I do believe that's what it is. They were allowed to carry a firearm. Because, for whatever reasons. I'm not going to get involved with that. So we play this game constantly, over and over again. It goes back to the courts. Courts kick it back down. Democrats come up with new ideas. We need more tax money from these firearm owners, so we had them on that. But now we come up with, we need more laws. We need more laws. Court shoots each law down, they come up with another new law. Then they want to attack the industries that you buy your ammunition for or your firearm from. This is constant harassment. That's all it is. You are discriminated against what they call law-abiding citizens. They want to separate you from where you can carry that firearm. They want to tell the public that you are a threat to public safety. You move in the wrong direction, you be in the wrong place with that firearm, whatever it may be, any little thing happens, we can put you in incarceration, which is jail, basically, or imprisonment, whatever it comes out of. So isn't that considered discrimination? Now I understand courts still want to go there. Lawyers still want to go there. Because according to the Democrats, discrimination is race, color, and so forth. Or religious freedom, whatever it may be. Which is all part of the Bill of Rights. But when they made all these red flag laws, it discriminates us against those red flag laws. Separates us from them. Is it discrimination? Sure it is. They don't want to go there. Democrats kind of openly admit it, but they don't want to fully just go out and say it. But they do admit it in a roundabout way. So while they're constantly making laws, these organizations that are taking the argument to the courts, and the courts kicking back down these governors and these AGs or whatever, and it takes a while for it to go through because they want to sit on it. It's discrimination. Period. There's no up or down with it. It is exactly what it is. But you want to be a law-abiding citizen, you surrender your entire rights. Now you can be what they call a law-abiding citizen. And in their term, a law-abiding citizen obeys. That's slavery. I'm sorry. There's no freedom here. So that's why they're after this Bill of Rights. It's not just your gun rights, the entire Bill of Rights. Remember COVID-19? That was a pretty good test, huh? You don't obey the laws, lose your job. If you have a government job, we can incarcerate you, we can fine you. You have to get a card to show you got a shot. Or the jab, whatever they're going to call the thing. So how does all this come down to that little point here? Like I said before, judges don't want to cross that line. Politicians, Republicans don't want to cross that line because it opens a whole new can of worms. The Democrats are going to scream bloody murder. Oh, it's not discrimination. Oh, it's not discrimination. It's public safety. Public safety. Oh, we got to worry about public safety. But it is a public safety. Person takes that truck and runs through a damn crowd of people. There was about 4 of them I read into that thing. They charge the driver. They don't charge where he bought the vehicle from. They don't charge the manufacturer of that vehicle. But someone who's a deranged person uses a firearm that got illegally out, has fully compacted magazines that we're not allowed to have, weapons that we're not allowed to have, or firearms, or should they, because they're banned in certain states. They want to sue the manufacturer, they want to sue the FFL. That's discrimination. Period. There's no more about it. When judges push this thing and they say you're in violation of the Second Amendment when the Founding Fathers of 1791, which this thing was put in place, they come up with more crazy-ass laws. They could end all this. I'm not a lawyer, but they could end all this. All these judges have to do is say, this is discrimination here. This is harassment. We've already described through text, tradition, history here. They're in violation with all this. This is harassment against us. So we have to register, just like some pedophile has to register. Now mind you, our information is open to the public. And these anti-gunners know it. So, if the anti-gunners know it, Democrats want more. They want more registrations. They want more background checks. They want more of this, more of that. Think about it. These laws are not stopping criminals. They're made to go after us, discriminate against us, to isolate against us, to separate against us, and to incarcerate us, because we're not law-abiding citizens in their terms. I'll leave you with this. Look deep into it. Till then, keep your friends and family close, and do not be afraid to defend yourselves. And think about it.